Hey listeners, today we are going to see two games. The first game is between Carlson and Ernst from 2004. Let's start this game. The game started e4 and then c6. Ernst was black, Carlson was white. This game is played in 2004. So it was like a beast in the making at that time. Like Magnus Carlsen was a beast in the making. So now d4, d5, knight c3, the main line. D into e4, knight into e4, bishop f5, knight g3, bishop g6, h4, h6, and now this is the most played move. If you give a close look at the theory, here e5 is the main move. There's ed5 third move and many others, but let's go to the game. Now h4, h6. Now h5 is not a good move. First knight f3, knight d7, then h5, bishop h7, bishop d3, bishop into d3, queen into d3, e6, bishop to f4, knight gf6, long castle, bishop e7, and now both sides are developed. Here the main move is bishop d2. In this game bishop f4 was played, and after this what should you play? Yeah, knight e4 was played, queen a5, and this game is played by a handful of players. Kazakhstan versus Azmia Parashvili Zurab, then Shirov versus Kachishvili Georgi, and but here king b1, short castle, takes, and now the position is kind of better for white because of the space advantage. Now queen e2, Carlsen sets a cunning trap. Now c5, this is equal, but this is bad. c5 is bad, I think, inaccuracy. How should you punish it? White to move. The move is knight to g6. Remember it. A knight sacrifice. Magnus is going awesome. Now, thing is that this sacrifice is deadly. Yeah, because when Magnus offers a sacrifice, it isn't for good of the opponent, it is for good of Magnus. So after knight g6, f into g6 was played. Oh man. And f into g6 is a blunder. Rook f e8 was good, and after takes, then knight d5, bishop d6. White is up a pawn and is better in a comfortable position, which I think Carlsen at this time in his career would easily grind. But thing is that black went from bad to worse now. 4.9 now. It's clear that you need to take king h8, h into g6. King h7 runs into h into g6. And if you take it would be too obscure, so king h8. And now white is in this position with a tempo. White can just take here, takes, and then takes king g7. You can just take and take and then g7 and then go king g6, and then you can just get the piece of your choice. I prefer the queen, takes. And now, yeah, you're just winning because you are ahead very much in material. Opponent's king is in the seventh world, but no fortunes there. So that's bad. So queen into e6 check, king h8 forced, h into g6, knight g8 was played. Now 6.9 according to engine. So, well, now what will you do? Yeah, the move is Magnus breathing fire here. Bishop into h6, Magnus Carlsen, so utter sacrificial. And now, what will you play? Question of the century. Magnus Carlsen, full mode here. Rook into h6 check, king g7, and now queen into e7 check, takes g7. Well, that's a variation, but the main line continued even more bizarre. And now takes on h6, Magnus Carlsen, complete mode. Knight into h6, black is up 7 pieces, means a rook, knight, and rook, bishop, and knight for only 4 pawns. Let's go. Queen into e7, now threatening. Now black is only a 4 points of material, like it's knight. It's like a bishop, a rook, pawn, and a knight. Now g7 check is coming, and then I win your rook, and queen h7 is just mate. Knight f7 had to be played. G into f7, king g7, rook to d3, threatening rook g3 check, and queen h4 mate. So here rook d6. Now you may think, what if you take, and that's a big blunder because queen e1 check is just mate and you lose a masterpiece. So rook d6 check, queen e5 check, here rook f6, and now for the mate of the century, what will you play? Yes, and yes. The move is queen to d7 or sick checkmate. This is an Ep.888 mate. Yeah, Ep.888 mate. Trouble remembering mating patterns. These are so bad. Yeah. Now let's go to the next game. Now here we are. Oops, we forgot to kick in the result. So okay. Here we go. We put in the result. The result is 1-0. Magnus Carlsen won with amazing play. Let's go to the next chapter. Glucksberg versus Nasdorf 1929. Let's start the game. Nasdorf black, Glucksberg white, d4, f5, c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6, Now after e6, here there was played the kind of nice move knight f3, d5, e3, c6, bishop d3, bishop d6, and now black is entering a comfortable stone wall, and it's kind of playable for black. I mean, yeah, the c8 bishop is kind of dead, but still, this position, this huge center and the e4 outpost, I think compensates for the dark square, for the LSB light square bishop, and the DSB is awesome. LSB and DSB are for light square bishop and dark square bishop respectively. So after bishop d6, here short castle was played in this game, but here the main move is I don't know the main move, but the main strategy is something like this: b3, short castle, bishop b2, yeah, and then black plays, I think, black plays something like black saves this bishop. Black doesn't want to trade on a3, so black plays like this: queen c1, queen e7, or I think a better way is to play queen d7. Whenever anyone goes queen c1, just rook d8, bishop a3, and then bishop c7, slip backwards. Now you have the same attack, like the same is coming. And what about the a3 bishop, you ask? I'll say okay, fine, no problem. You just go knight e4, knight d6, rook f8, rook f6, and then go back to e4. Simple. But in the game, totally another thing was played: short castle, knight e2, knight bd7, and now first blunder of the game, knight g5. Wow, you turned equal position to a nightmare. This position is plus 0.8, and now bam, minus 1.1. Okay, this is not entirely a blunder. This is a mistake, but still bad. You made a loss of almost 2.3 points. So, engine ones. So, now what will you play? Yeah, there's a tactic, nice one. Bishop into h2, check. Nice stroke. Now, thing is that king into h2 was is the, like you say, king, the engine doesn't even analyze the line, and in the game king h1 was played. You can assume the dubiousness of this move. So king h1, very bad move. Now the attack starts. Nasdorf is like, okay, you accepted the challenge, no problem. Knight g4, now f4. Now it looks like, okay, nice, white cementing the grasp. Now no attack, but now comes queen e8, cold shower. Not white says, okay, nice attacking ideas you have. g3, queen h5, king g2. It looks like white be saying, okay, great attack, nice bro, but what will you do? Now I am coming rook h1, then bishop d2, bishop e1, bishop f2, bishop g1, and your bishop is trapped. But Nasdorf, he is on another level, and according to the engine it's minus 3.6. Nasdorf is on another level. He plays bishop to g1. Yeah, I know what you are thinking. Like, I'll explain the idea. Knight into g1 was played in the game. If king into g1 simply runs into queen h2 mate, The idea is clearance. I hope you know the clearance tactic. It's like you clear a square for the queen. So bishop g1, you clear the h2 square, rook into g1, other than knight into g1, rook into g1, then check here and mate. So that's why knight into g1 only move. Yeah, sometimes you have to understand moves using common sense and forcing moves. So queen h2 check, king f3, and now what will you play? Pause the video and think. e5, you land a pawn on which square which is protected by two pawns. That's kinda bad. Now d into e5, and now pause the video and again think what will you do. Knight d into e5, the tiger just doesn't stop. Oh my god. F into e5 check, knight into e5 check, all forced. King f4, knight g6 check, king f3. And now finishing stroke of this game, what will you play? f4, seriously. Like you, white just is just a mere spectator of this attack. Now e into f4 was played. If g into f4, then runs into the same finish. After e into f4 here came, what will you play? Bishop to g4 check. My goodness. My goodness. Such piece sacrifices. King into g4 and now knight e5 check. Double piece combo. F into e5 and now most beautiful h5 mate. What an amazing game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brilliant piece, 6 sacrifices in this game. Black landed 2 pawns on square which were protected by 2 pawns each, and these bishop into h2 check and queen e8 were just supplementary moves. What an instructive and beautiful attack by Nasdorf. Miguel Nasdorf. Oh my god. Such a game. And by the way, you may be thinking, oh, Nasdorf, is this the Nasdorfiation? Yes, he invented it. So, this was the game. I hope you guys don't forget to hit the subscribe icon. Thank you.